Hello everyone, welcome to jobskillshare.org. In front of me, these are servers, basically physical servers. Right now, I'm not going to say any names or anything like that at this point because they're going to get really messed up, and we're going to bring something to you guys. So first, let me explain why we need bare metal or dedicated servers for our members. We have given a solution for practice labs, and that is doing great. Awesome. People are taking it. They're taking these labs, and they're built for more certification focus, but they can also help people with getting to the server and learning Active Directory and anything inside those labs, because it's a 1-year access. So that's a pretty great access, right? And a lot of them are just like, if you're buying a single lab and it's like below 100, or if you're going for the membership, you get like almost 100 plus labs. Now that's great, but the problem with those labs are, this is one issue, that they are time based. So you have to be there to finish the lab, so you have to click on the 60 minutes, and 60 minutes will go back to 60 minutes till you're finished, which is great. You can keep doing that, but still, what if you're working on a Spiceworks administrator course? What if you're working on software deployment? Or what if you're working on SCCM course, which takes a lot of time in one day or maybe a few hours, and then you get really bored and you want to get rest, and maybe you don't want to do it that day again. So for that, you need a full access to the servers for almost at least 1 week or 30 days or 3 months or 6 months. No one will give servers for 1 year, like dedicated servers for 1 year with the lower prices. I have talked to IBM, I have talked to Microsoft, I have talked to, not Microsoft, sorry, Dell. I have talked to Rackspace, so many big companies, even the smaller companies. It's not happening. I'm looking for a solution here, but it's not happening. The problem is this. Here's a problem. And maybe you guys can give me your own solutions, but here's a problem. A lot of people, when you go to buy a dedicated server for our members to integrate it into our system, just like we have other systems, the problem with that is that they are designed for business users, programmers, or companies that can afford per month $800 to $700. If it's not about that much, even if it's $100, the RAM and the size of disk is just not usable for an IT person who is learning. So what is our solution here? Our solution is to give you power, to give you RAM, to give you a solid state drive, or at least SAS, SAS, so at least faster things. And we don't care about firewalls, we don't care about anything else, because the only thing we care about is for you to get into the server and do those type of courses without having to worry with the time stuff. Not only that, you get a back-end access to the server. None of these companies are going to do that, because they are selling the features and resources inside one server so they can make more money. That's good, but for us, we're going to give one server to one member, 30 days, 30 days. It's not going to be cheap, but it's not going to be crazy expensive like other servers. So you will find out the prices yourself. You don't have to go with us. You definitely have to do your own research. If you find something better than this, go for that, but you will not find it, because I have done so much research on this, I just couldn't find it. So what are we doing right now? We are partnering up with different partners. These are the partners that are going to invest in the servers, investing money into the hardware, which is, you can see right now, these two are almost ready. We're getting more. It's going to be about 20 plus big servers. How much RAM? 64 GB. How much space you're going to play around with it? It's going to be at least 55 SSDs or SAS. And it's going to have a lot of processing power, but usually when you're in training environment, you don't need crazy amount of processing. You need that RAM and that space, because the first so what would be the example here? Example would be like this. We're going to give you, let's say, 2012 server here or 2012 server here, and then one member will log in here, one member will log in here for 30 days, and then you will have that 64 GB right here. You can do anything in that server, meaning you're going to definitely not mess around with the main server operating system, but you will log into the Hyper-V, and then you have all the access. You can create like a domain controller, give it 4 GB. Then you can create like another server, give it 4 GB. Another one 4, 8, 4, 8, 4. and you will not stop, because this is where you're going to learn without that limitation on time. And that is the power we are talking about. That is not something available out there. We're talking about $800 to $600 per month when you're using stuff like this, with that type of RAM and things like that. I want you to do your own research on that, but we're not going to charge you that much. Of course, it is going to be definitely cheaper. You will love it, because this is going to be really something different. So if you're interested in becoming a demo user, of course, demo user is going to be really cheap, because we're going to start with someone to kind of give us a hints and things like that. It is going to be almost half of the price that we're going to allow our demo members. So if you want to be a demo members, put a comment in this video, and also send an email to support@jobskillshare.org, and then say, I want to be a demo member, because we're ordering about 20 more like this. We're going to set it up. It is going to be one-click access. Basically, what you will do when you purchase it through the product, you're going to get a username and password, simple as that. We don't want to make it complicated. All we want from a web browser just to get into this server, and then it's all yours. That's your job then to learn, because you have to see courses in there. We may develop some videos on top of these servers, so you can also learn hands-on right on this right here. This is something that's not available outside, and it's unique in that way. And so many trainings are doing it a different way, but you know, our training is different. We're hands-on. We're real world. We want you to, once you get to the server, you learn everything on the server, because that is exactly what you're going to do at work. But with this power that you cannot just, you know, in 30 days would be more than enough for you to work on something like SCCM type of big type of softwares, where you have to really sit there and you know, just look at the documentation. And because you have database server, you have 3 more servers, you have a member server, this, that, 6, 7, 8 servers right there. And this is where you get stuck most of the time. Okay, that's what we want to do. So we don't want you to spend that kind of money on servers. You do it 1 or 2 or 3 months here, forget it. Then go to the practice labs. They're cheaper, and then you can practice on those labs and not worry about this type of stuff, because you have already done that. Thank you so much. If you want to be a demo user, then drop a comment, and also send the email to support@jobskillshare.org. We are making this really fast for you guys. As you can see, some other ones are also coming up. So see you guys with these type of technologies and new features in jobskillshare.org. Thank you.